All right, guys, welcome to Minus the Rumors for February the 4th. We have a new guy here with us today. He is right now. He had to go do something with his wife real quick, who will be welcome back to very shortly, hopefully. But welcome to Minus the Rumors. This is a gaming tech news podcast. We've got all kinds of new people here. So thanks for being here.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I apologize for the slight audio loop that we had there. Apparently, my browser decided it was going to play the stream as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, beautiful, right?
Let's just jump right into it.
Let's do it. Well, guys, first up this week, we've got some Fallout New Vegas news. I know the world's kind of been stuck in Fallout 4 mode for quite a while, but we've got some awesome news for New Vegas. Awesome multiplayer news. That's right, I did say multiplayer. Fallout 4 is getting a new mod developed right now. It's a multiplayer campaign mod. User of Reddit, NVMP Corporal, he says he explained how it works by saying that all certain NPCs in a region will be synchronized to a host, but quests won't. So if you kill a quest-centric NPC, then any relevant quest could fail. You can't use VATS while you're in the multiplayer mod, but you get to play with your friends. So, I mean, how awesome is that?
This is basically the best that a mod can get. Yeah, mods change the thing, but once you can get a mod that allows multiplayer, that is basically the best you can get.
Right.
So that's actually very exciting that this game, which is huge, still highly popular, even though Fallout 4 is out. People still love Fallout New Vegas, and having a multiplayer mod is definitely going to bring back a lot of interest to it. They currently are looking for beta testers for this mod.
Yes. By the way, you can sign up for the beta at the mod builder's website. The site, oh boy, I need to find it. Looking for it. Hang on. It's terminal themed, as you probably just heard. What is going on with my volume mixer this week? There we go. It is nvmp.com. There's a hyphen in between. It's nv-mp.com. Write that down on a scrap piece of paper. Don't go anywhere until we're done. Be about 55 minutes.
If you want to be a beta tester for this, looking at you, Angry Hippie Lady, for this, then be sure to go there and test it out.
Mm-hmm. I do think Scion is right. Here comes the multiplayer Fallout videos.
Right. That would be insanely. It'd be fun to see what craziness could come of that.
Right. In other news, there have been a lot of, new shooters out, especially free-to-play shooters, such as Overwatch. It's coming soon. There's one game that's about to be released in the free-to-play shooter genre that wants to kind of separate itself from the likes of Overwatch and Battleborn by going R-rated. Now, the creator of this game, the game is Lawbreakers, by the way. The creator, Cliff Bleszinski, said that games like Overwatch and Battleborn are fun, but he wants his new game, Lawbreakers, to be different. He's going to do that by the use of the verbs that you can choose to say as a character. In other words, swear words.
So basically, Lawbreakers will be a free-to-play game, which will have an M-rated, which is something we haven't seen before at all. And usually, a lot of shooters are M-rated, but only because of the violence, only because of the blood and all that. This, however, is wanting to take it a bit further, a bit more realistic, and have it very language intensive. So it'll be like M plus, but
Right.
we've never quite seen this from a free to play game that has decided, yes, I want to be M rated, and two, I want it to be basically the most M rated thing out on the field.
Right. I mean, by the way, yes, Overwatch is rated T. It's not a PG game or anything like that. It is rated T for violence, but I'm probably down to play Lawbreakers over Overwatch, honestly. I say for now. I
Well, I have to see once the game comes out. It's like it's one thing to say, "Hey, I have really bad language." Like that's great, but is the gameplay good? Is it like that's what it comes down to?
right. I mean, if it's a clunky crap free to play shooter, no, I will go back to the T rated games. But if it's good, I'll play it. I might not play it on stream or anything like that. I might play it for myself. But if it's a clunky piece of crap, no, I'm not going to play it. If if using the swear verbs, I predict bad things for that. Honestly, I predict people spamming it in the.
I, I
In,
feel like it's over the top and unnecessary. I think it fits well with like GTA, but I feel like it's like last week we are talking about R-rated superhero movies. Like it fits some characters and it doesn't fit others. Sometimes it just feels like it's being pushed, forced, and other times it just works well. In this circumstance, I feel like it's just being forced, and it's not GTA. It just flows naturally. You expect it. With this, it's like, is it necessary? So
right.
that's kind of the idea of what's behind this.
Crimson, you have the ability to quickly sway my opinion 9 times out of 10.
You're welcome.
I'm predicting good things for the game. I'm predicting it to be a success, but I'm also predicting it to be full of people that like to spam the swear word button during warm ups and things like that. I think it's going to be just as toxic as casual CS:GO,
Yeah,
if
and
not.
I'd even go a bit further that so many video games are becoming esports related. You can't have an esports game that's full of language. I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen because it's one thing to become an esports game, but now the dream is you want it on ESPN. You want it on MLG.TV. You can't have something that's just full of language up there on, national TV.
Right, right. That's a whole
So
lot of beeping going on. I mean,
so that's something you just got to keep in the back of your mind. I know they're not thinking that this is going to be a huge thing, but a lot of times games that you don't expect to make it become huge things. So
wasn't Mark Cuban fined in an esports match for swearing because it was
yes,
the League of Legends tournament where he said he dropped an F bomb and had to pay $15,000. I mean, yeah, it was for charity, but yeah, I mean it was televised. You can't do that. You couldn't have a game full of language. That
yeah. So we'll see. I don't think it's really going to make a difference either way. I think in the end it'll come down to gameplay mechanics. So
right.
all right. So in regard to the whole esports thing that has completely exploded lately, at the X Games this past weekend, we had the Halo 5 Aspen Invitational, which is a part of the World Championship series that they're doing for Halo 5. It was very interesting to have Halo 5 being a part of the X Games. There was a gold medal and everything. Evil Geniuses did win gold. But what's interesting is what we want to kind of focus on is what are our thoughts that esports is now entering X Games? Do you think it belongs? What? And we'd love to hear from Chad as well.
Like I don't think that esports belongs in the X Games at all. Or if it does belong in the X Games, it should be something that actually involves physical activity. Maybe like Smash on Wii U or Smash on Wii or something involving Connect, but
Yeah.
not sit down on the couch, play video games. Oh, yeah, Scion, Bob. We should probably clarify that, Krim.
Um, Ziploc Bob may or may not be here later. He had to take care of. I don't know how much I want to go into. He
Right.
had to take care of something very personal that was kind of came up last minute.
And yeah, by last minute it was like, okay, guys, we're ready to do this in about 10 minutes, and then his phone went bing, and he said, guys, I gotta go. I'll try to be right back. So he might or might not make it back.
So, all right. So I feel like Halo 5 being at the X Games, I don't feel like the X Games needs it because X Games are actiony. But I understand that Microsoft is trying to mesh the two because the demographics are the same and Microsoft sees huge money. And they're trying to bring more attention to Halo 5, and Halo 5 is trying to bring attention to the X Games. So I see where it's good, but I don't see where it's needed, per se.
Yeah, I think I'm I completely once again agree with you, but I don't think it's needed at all. Unless it involves some form of activity. Like, it's the X Games. I want to see people on snowboards playing a 3DS game. You know?
At the same time, just
At the
like on
same
the
time.
half pipe,
Exactly. Multitask.
multitasking. So
Multitask.
a,
I want
a
to see
little
you
bit
run the half pipe while playing, Triforce Heroes. Three people, synchronized half pipe, snowboard, Triforce Heroes.
I don't know about all that now.
Well, come on, man. It's the X Games.
It's the
Extreme Games.
extreme. All right, a little bit more on the Halo 5 Championship Series. Currently, the prize pool is over $2 million and growing. The Halo World Championship prelims will be March 17th, 15th through the 17th. The finals will be the 19th through the 20th. And right now, what will end up being is North America will have 8 teams, UK, Europe, Africa, Middle East, 4 teams, Australia, New Zealand, 2, Latin America, 1, and Asia will have 1 team.
I know, right, Scion? Scion saying it would be awesome to see people playing, Nintendo going down a
Scion
half
knows what's
pipe on
up.
snowboards. $2 million. $2 million for the
A
Halo World
lot of money, and
Championships.
it's growing, but that's still nothing compared to like the League of Legends, the Smite prize pools for their championships.
There's 16 teams, there's $2 million, but I mean that's so much money for each team. Like, all you would need to do is win once, and you wouldn't have to do anything for the rest of your life.
No, I mean you have to. I guess you'd have to split it with a bunch with several other people, but still, you're still getting sponsorship, so you're still getting money in other ways as well.
Right. I mean,
So
do you think that pro esports players, like true professional esports players, wake up and they go, dang it, I have to go to practice and play video games all day long? I truly hate my life right now.
I would hate playing the same game all the time, but I feel like the interaction with other people would be what I would enjoy. Um, it's that human element, which it typically gets overlooked in esports. You're like, oh, there's no human element, which is it's actually entirely its human element. Amazingly,
Right.
so,
All right.
so
Hmm?
be sure to take this time to retweet the stream. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we would love it.
All
Throw
right,
us
so
out to the interwebs. So in our next piece here, um, this one is 8 years in the making, guys. 8 years in the making for this news. Bethesda. I mean, yeah, everybody knows Fallout 4 dropped last year, so what could be something so awesome that it took 8 years to make? How about the news that on May 13th, we can finally play as a Space Marine in the brand new Doom, the relaunch of Doom. It looks beautiful.
I will admit that this game looks amazing. And Doom, I've never been interested in it. And isn't the original Doom like extremely old?
It's extremely old. 1993.
It The original Doom came out before I was born. Let's
I
put it
played
that way.
I played the original Doom when I was in like second or third grade.
So that's insane.
Yeah. Um, it the graphics in it are really cutting edge. The development of this game has kind of been a long, twisted road for Bethesda. They started development, like I said, in 2007. It's taken them until 2016 to actually complete the game. They announced it at E3 last year with some like pre-alpha or halfway through alpha footage, and people were like, "Meh." I'm telling you, this looks amazing. It's in your face gameplay. Even the death cutscenes look amazing. The regular game, by the way, is going to be $60, and there is a collector's edition for Doom that is going to come with a 12-inch statue and a metal case for $120.
I personally would just pay the basic game because I feel like the collector's edition doesn't exactly give enough to double the price.
Well,
But I think the $60 price tag may be fair because it's definitely going to be a AAA game and it's definitely going to be. I mean, the graphics are amazing.
it was basically a woman explaining a unnatural beast made of metal and flesh.
For the trailer.
Yeah.
I still don't see this probably. It probably will not top Fallout 4, but
I don't see it topping Fallout. Well, I don't know. No, I don't see it topping Fallout 4. I really
like
don't.
that's a high standard.
That is a
top
very high
Fallout
bar
4.
to hit. I can see it doing as good as Call of Duty Black Ops 3 though.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3,
Even though it's not
possibly.
multiplayer, I can see it doing as good.
Possibly. I could see it doing definitely as good as like Battlefield because
Right. Even
uh
though Battlefield's a multiplayer shooter with massive lobby size, I still
still
see Doom doing pretty well.
I feel like once people start playing it, it's going to be like I have to have this game. All right, so we are here now to the biggest part of the gaming piece. I've been putting this off till wait, nothing shall top Fallout 4 until Half-Life 3 is confirmed. Half-Life 3 will never be confirmed.
Half-Life 3 won't be confirmed. You know that every time someone asks Gabe about Half-Life 3, he deletes a line of code.
Hilarious. I feel like that if they ever confirm Half-Life 3, the internet will literally break.
He deletes a line of code from Half-Life 3 every time somebody asks him about it.
Must be like negative code then.
By now he's deleting, yeah.
Those emotes. All right, so. Ooh. All right, hop on back in.
Yeah.
So our other host is.
Oh, he needs a couple of minutes. He's just getting back home. He will be with us in a couple minutes.
Yeah, Ziploc Bog just got back home. He will join us in a few. Scion says, sadly, that is only a dream. One day, I've actually never played any of the Half-Life games, and I really need to look at doing that.
Man,
are they as good as people say?
They are. Like, Crimson, if you start playing Half-Life, we won't see you for a while. Except maybe on stream while you're streaming Half-Life. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I don't live close to you and be like, "Hey, bud, you want to go catch a movie? Maybe we could do a review on it and MTR next week." You'd be like, Yeah, but Half-Life. I'd be like, come on, man, you've been playing it for like 2 months now.
See, maybe, but like as soon as like Pokemon Go comes out, I'm going to be just like I'll be in like Brazil chasing down a Scorpio or something. I don't know.
I would honestly rather have Left 4 Dead 3 or Portal 3, says Angry Hippie Lady. I kind of agree with the Left 4 Dead 3 part.
I would agree with I would agree with both.
Well, seeing as how Bob needs a couple of minutes, you want to put your story that we've been putting off for a little while off for another couple of minutes?
We can. So you want to just we want to jump into Overwatch?
I'll do I'll do some. How about some beta drops, guys?
Ooh, beta hype.
Beta hype. Whoop whoop whoop. Overwatch. Seeing as how we were just ripping on it in our first story a little bit with a guy that thinks his R-rated game is going to do better than Overwatch, let's find out for yourself. You can sign up for the the closed beta of Overwatch on February 9th when it starts. The sign up for beta is now. The website is available. You need a battle.net account. Really easy to make one. By the way, I signed up for both of these betas I'm going to announce just before the stream. Once you get your battle.net, go to battle.net/Overwatch, sign up, click a button, and it says, boom, congratulations, you are signed up for the closed beta. We'll contact you with more info. So hopefully I get in. It'd be awesome. Hopefully you guys get in too. And then we can, queue up together. It'll be great. Also, I've been looking forward to this next one for a little while now. It's a dice game. Not dice as in, throw six-sided cubular objects, but DICE, the development company, along with EA. I know nobody ever looks forward to an EA game except for Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Yes, the closed beta for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Origin has open signups for the closed beta through their website. But access is not guaranteed. So you can sign up and maybe you'll get in, maybe you won't. The game was supposed to launch in February. It was supposed to launch like 3 weeks from Tuesday, but it got pushed until May. Thanks to, it's EA.
In the end, it's EA, and that's really that. But
yeah, they wanted to make sure the game was stable.
Sure. It'll launch May 24th this year on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. I actually do look forward to this game. It's like the only EA game I like. Mirror's Edge is amazing, and Catalyst looks even better.
Yes. Sign up for that one is mirrorsedge.com/beta. Make sure you scribble that one down too. We should have tweeted it out that, Minus the Rumor is going live pretty soon. Bring scrap paper and a pen.
Right. Okay. They can see the full podcast on our YouTube channel.
Yes, you can, right after the stream.
Ooh. All right. Apparently, they're still going on about puzzles.
Puzzles? Wait, that's what? I like Left 4 Dead, but Portal just going to make them mad because I hate puzzles. Me gusta puzzles, says Mr. Envelope. Don't you like being picked on? I hates all the things. Oh my gosh. When I die, I want to come back as Gladys.
I enjoy puzzles done right. I feel that the Portal puzzles are interesting. They keep your attention, but they can get tiresome if done wrong. So
we had a story about puzzles. Well, a story about a game about puzzles, but me.
Puzzles 5,000. Anyways, but yes, if you want to sign up for these betas, be sure to do so. Again, they're closed, but you can apply for them, and hopefully, at least some of us will get it and get into it.
Yes.
All right, on to my story,
Mm-hmm.
my baby, Nintendo hype.
Hype. Nintendo hype.
So, February marks the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. February 21st marks the 30th anniversary of the Zelda franchise. Nintendo is freaking going all out this year, and especially this month. This is the rundown that you need to know. So, very excited for this. I've been putting this off till February, and here it is. So, Pokemon part of this. So, if you have memories of Pokemon growing up in the last 20 years, second, all right, I'm going to jump in.
All right.
All right, so we have Ziploc Bob here. He is our new member. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, Monster Rumors community. I'm Ziploc Bob, or y'all can just call me Bob. And I'm a live streamer and someone that enjoys talking a lot about the technical aspects of video games. And that's in a nutshell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Bob has a YouTube, a Twitter, Twitch, and all those things you should check out, and I highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to also say he didn't mention it, but Bob also has his own podcast called Sequel Syndrome. If you really enjoy the tech end of games as well as the development aspect of games and the politics that comes with it, definitely check out Sequel Syndrome.
Mr. Envelope says, "Hi Bob, welcome to AA."
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, well, that brings back some pleasant memories. Oh, God.
All right, so we're just now jumping into the Nintendo portion of it.
Oh, yes.
So, as I said, this marks the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. The 21st will also mark the 30th anniversary of the Zelda franchise. So Pokemon is now 20 years old. Oh,
Wow.
if you have any memories of Pokemon growing up, you can tweet out on the Twitters, on the Instagrams, on the YouTubes, the hashtag Pokemon20. Now, the Nintendo Game Freak, I don't actually know who's going to be looking at this particularly. They'll be keeping a watch on this, and the ones they like the best will go up on the Pokemon website, and then they're planning for the best ones. They'll get something special. It's kind of opened in. Didn't mean the joke to backfire. It's kind of opened in what you'll be getting, but yeah, be sure to do that. That's pretty cool, and you should check out the website. There's some really cool memories that people have posted
with hashtag
also,
Pokemon20.
Yes. Also, there's also going to be a special 3DS, the Red and Blue bundle on February 27th. This is going to come with preloaded black and white versions of the original game. So you can get a Charizard Red or a Blastoise Blue, kind of the faceplate, and it'll have the original game preloaded on it. It's pretty cool. We don't know quite yet how much it's going to cost. But seeing how I don't own a 3DS, amazingly, I may have to throw out some cash.
Yeah, you might.
So, for clarification, these are the original 20-year-old games.
Yeah.
Upscaled to modern looks.
And put into a cartridge that'll actually work in a 3DS.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Makes me feel incredibly old now that it's 20, but...
Yeah. You know,
I was 8 years old when it came out.
I was 11 when Pokemon came out.
I don't want to think about it.
I was 2 years younger than their target demographic age, which was 10.
Let's put it this way.
That's why Ash was 10.
Pokemon's old. Let's just put it at that, and we're old now.
Pokemon's 20 and I'm 21,
Older.
so... Oh yeah, older. We gotta, put that little
The ER makes it not sound as bad.
Yeah, right. All right. Also, the Nintendo eShop, you're going to be able to download red, blue, and yellow on February 27th onto your Wii U console.
What?
Aren't the games just VC downloads, not physical releases? Um, the 3DSs will have the actual game already on it. It'll just be in the memory. The eShop, you'll be able to download it onto your Wii U, so they're not going to be a physical cartridge.
Oh, that stinks.
You could
Yeah.
go buy. I have the physical cartridges here, but
You got doubles of. You know what? If you got doubles of them, I might have to
I
work
have
a deal
doubles
with
of
you.
yellow.
You have doubles of yellow. I've got doubles of yellow too.
So they're not physical, but that
Nope.
is. I mean, why would you need a physical? Because the game is so small. Um, it's so old that the code is pretty small compared to the newer games. So
Yeah, I remember when I thought it would never run out on a
right,
computer hard drive with 1 gig. Most games are bigger than a gig now.
right. Um, Also, getting into the TCG, which is the trading card game. Breakpoint came out yesterday. It's not really a part of the anniversary, but the TCG expansion called Generations is going to be a special for this anniversary. It's going to be over 110 cards. It comes out February 22nd. It's going to have our second Radiant collection. They're really going all out. There's going to be other collections that are coming out this year. This is really going to be one of the most special, most powerful um, trading card pack or set, I should say. They're going to be doing a lot of like kind of re-releases. So basically, the base set, the first set that ever came out, they're basically taking those designs and redoing a lot of those. Kind of a throwback in some ways.
Oh, that I love throwback series and cards. Like
Right.
I,
So good. Nice.
I'm one of those people to where I don't play the card game, but anymore. But it still has that special, to where I still check out the artwork, and
Right.
that does make me excited to see what throwbacks are going to look like. Is it going to look like the old stuff, the new stuff,
Yeah.
or some sort
It'll
of
have.
mixture?
I think it's going to be a mixture. Also, this is also they've called it the year of the mythical Pokemon. So each month via the Nintendo Network or GameStop, you can go and get your hands on a Pokemon that you typically would not via gameplay. So there are certain legendary Pokemon that you can't get in game without cheating or whatnot. You have to either download it from a special event that only typically lasts a few weeks, or go into GameStop for a special event that they never really publicize. So this month we're getting Mew. We have not
Oh.
seen Mew since the first game,
And that's actually how you used to get Mew too, or
basically.
not Mewtwo, but Mew as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Mew
had to
also.
go to like KBS Toys and
Right.
or Toys R Us, or
Mm.
use a Game Shark.
Yeah. So Mew hasn't actually showed up in the game since the first game, and even then you had to do some kind of crazy stuff because it wasn't technically in the game. It was kind of a glitch to get it. Um, but yes, Mew will be out the 24th. It's also going to be, it's going to have its own special TCG pack coming out the 22nd, and it's going to have a ton of other toys. And this is just the first mythical Pokemon. We're going to have one every single month, such as Arceus, Jirachi, and whatnot. But I won't bore you too much. Also, Pokemon Season 19 will premiere February 20th. This is going to be X, Y, and Z. The Z is kind of the new part of it. That's cool. Pokken Tournament will come out for the Wii U on March 18th. I'm looking forward to this, having a arcade fighting style Pokemon game. It looks
I need a Wii U.
This isn't the first arcade style Pokemon game either, if I recall.
It'll
It's
be
gonna
the first U.S. arcade.
Yeah, it'll be the
fighting.
first U.S., but not like the first. This is just the first we got stateside.
yeah.
Yes.
This is Pokemon Token is huge. Like because arcades are still huge in Japan. Pokemon
Pokken
Pokken
tournament.
yeah, it's huge in Japan in the arcades, and Now it's coming to the US and it looks amazing on the console.
Yes.
Um, Pokemon Go, which is going to be Nintendo's first
Mobile? Or no, it's
mobile.
not their first mobile.
It's
It's
not
the
their first mobile because the first one is just god awful. We don't
Yeah,
want to talk about it.
Yeah, no,
Well,
let's not.
It's their first big one.
It's the
The
first.
other
big one.
two was a music
Even
factory.
even better than
And
saying it's
a-
their first big one, it's their first relevant mobile game.
Yeah, this
Because the other one was a Candy Crush clone.
The other two were beta tests on mobile gaming.
so.
And technically, Nintendo had nothing to do with that. That was in all the Pokemon Company.
Yeah. So Pokemon Go is a collaboration between the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, Game Freak's part of it, and Niantic. It's a huge collaboration that's been going on for about 3 years now. Niantic actually used to be part of Google. Niantic will be at the GDC 2016, which is the Game Developers Convention, if I said that right.
Yes.
And they're planning to talk about Pokemon Go because we have really little details. When it first came out, that we had a trailer, we had a lot of information on it, and then they kind of just dropped it. I don't believe there was another Pokemon mobile game, or maybe there was.
No, there wasn't
We don't
another.
talk about it.
There wasn't no. It's the other Nintendo mobile games for phones.
But this is going to be mobile game and more because it's going to introduce VR, AR kind of stuff into this. So
right.
Yeah, I'm just not to make that sharp left turn, but I'm just waiting to hear on news reports where somebody gets hit by a car because they're trying to catch a Charmander.
Mr. Envelope is right. Pokemon Shuffle.
Pokemon Shuffle.
Yeah.
That
I
was
actually
pretty
had
bad.
Pokemon Shuffle until today. I deleted it because I lost interest. But it just didn't feel right.
Pokemon Go, like it's not. It's so hard to call it a mobile game because it's doing something it's never been quite done before. It's going Niantic. Well, both Nintendo and Niantic are known for pushing the boundaries of hardware, and this is basically going to be new hardware. It's going to be for the Android, iPhone. It's going to have like a wristwatch as well. Again, we're going to find a lot about this at the convention, which is going to be March 14th through the 18th in San Francisco. And I'll have more on that when it gets here. But Pokemon Go is basically it involves your phone and augmented reality to find Pokemon all over the world. And we've had a broadcast about this before, but it really pushes gamers to interact with people all over the world and to actually go outside and do things. But we've talked about the hazard of, okay, I'm chasing a Pikachu. Oh, I just got ran over by a car. So we'll see about that. But when we find out more, we'll definitely let you know. But we just wanted to throw this in because it is a part of their huge 2016 announcement of all kinds of things. Go outside. What is the meaning of that? The outer net.
What the outer net? Like you want me to go play with other people physically, like at a LAN party?
I've heard of the internet, the intranet, not the alternet.
The outer net. Yeah, that's where you go play. Your parents tell you the sun's shining. The sun's shining, so obviously it's not cloud based.
It's isn't that the new Unreal Engine? Isn't that what outside is?
No, that's the real engine.
Oh, that's the real. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The for real engine.
For real.
The for real engine.
Versus real 4.
Also, there's a Super Bowl ad. I highly recommend you watch the Super Bowl ad. It gave me like severe chills.
It made me cry.
Made Zero cry. Right now, this is one of the top 2 Super Bowl ads that have been released. Like, it is highly acclaimed. People love it.
wasn't the top Super Bowl ad, not for this year, but the top Super Bowl ad of all time, the Budweiser Clydesdale that like salutes the Twin Towers?
I would have no idea.
Anyway, it rivals that in my opinion, and that is saying something.
Yeah, for the feels, yes.
For the feels,
It-
on feels wise,
it's
not political message wise or anything like that. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm still going to give that one to Budweiser.
Yeah, I like the parody of it. It's where it's like,
it,
don't worry, Dad, it's just Al Qaeda. That was truly funny.
Oh, boo hiss.
It was like, hey, it was done by Saturday Night Live, and they haven't been funny in a long ass time. So
You're right.
that is
So-
true.
so you have to give them something. So when you're judging it on that curve, you're like, okay.
Scion says you have to catch them all outside your phone and get Pokemon for you. God, like having phone and glass is going to get like so much worse. I hope it's something that like you have to go to like a desert area, get desert Pokemon, and like I feel like that would be more interesting. Like actually get outside and travel, and I because Niantic helped create Google Maps and all this, so they should have the technology to really do this. I'm hoping they do it right and go big scale with it.
Well, with some I've played augmented reality games, and this is just my take on it, on like things that have worked and how I could see it implemented, to where you would have landmarks like certain convenience stores, certain malls, actual city landmarks, to where this Pokemon has a chance of being at the say your local mall or your local historical train station,
Right.
or at this museum. That's how augmented reality has worked so far. What I don't see is, like, say, I live in an area to where there aren't many different biomes here. You have the city and mountains, and you have a river around here that's pretty big. But yeah, what am I going to get? Rock, grass, and
Bug.
water Pokemon. Maybe some fire, and that's it.
I guess we'll see. Like again, we're gonna find out a lot more details come March, and we'll definitely let you know when we find out about that. Bidoof everywhere.
I don't want to
Yeah,
have to drive to
NASCAR.
Gary, Indiana to catch a coughing or a wheezing.
No,
We'll
you
see.
go to Buenos Aires to get coughing or wheezing.
I'm interested to see what they do. They can do a lot of different routes with it, and we'll see. I don't have any tall grass nearby.
I live in the suburbs, and it's in the HOA. Everybody has to mow their yards. I am screwed.
I can see all the memes coming out of this.
Yes, the Pokemon Go memes.
It's like I could see a special Pokemon community, literally like an HOA community, where it's like, you must not have your grass any shorter than or any longer than.
Right, to prevent the infestation of bleh,
Bidoof.
Bidoof.
Oh my god. Again, I highly recommend checking out the Pokemon Go trailer and the Super Bowl ad. The last bit of Pokemon news I have for tonight is Pokemon Z is going to come out in 2017. This is speculation, but I'm going to throw it in because I think it's interesting and it ties in later. I think Pokemon Z may not come out on the 3DS. I think it may be for the next handheld. But we do know Pokemon Z will come out 2017, but that's all we know. Zelda 30th anniversary for that.
Oh, now I'm
No.
really feeling old.
Zelda is now
Special
30.
note: it's for the Japanese date.
It is for the Japanese, but it's still. It came
Yeah.
to. I'm not sure when it came to America. It was
87.
87.
Yeah, I was
The only
3.
reason why I know that is because it was the year I was born. So I was like, wait, I'm not 30. No.
I was 3 going on 4 in 87.
Oh man, I was so not born yet. Zelda Twilight Princess HD for the Wii U will be coming out March 4th of this year. We've covered this in a previous one as well. It'll have a new item called the Ghost Lantern. It'll also have a new area called the Cave of Shadows, and you'll only be able to unlock this with the Wolf Link Amiibo. I believe it does come with the game.
Amiibo hype.
Also, other amiibos such as Toon Link will have effects on the gameplay as well. Such as, say, you put a specific amiibo and it'll refill your arrows once every so much. I'm pretty sure they've got like a time limit on it, but that is a thing that they're really starting to integrate the amiibos into the game. So the HD version of this game looks amazing. This is one of my favorite Zelda games that have ever come out in recent time. I love it. When I get a Wii U, I will play it.
I definitely say it is the most underrated out of the series.
Yes.
I think what kind of hurt it is that it was on the Wii and the GameCube, so it kind of split up. So
Yeah.
it's like it was both so late and early in both their respective life cycles to where some people might have skipped it.
I believe I played it. I played it on the Wii. But not Skyward, but Wind Waker got split as well, didn't it? It got put on.
Wind Waker got not an HD, but a re-release for the Wii or Wii U. But I don't think it got split.
I know I played it on the GameCube. Also, the Zelda 2016 is coming out this year, probably during the holiday season. We do know it's coming out this year. We don't have a title for it. Still, I don't know much about it. But there's a lot of speculation. It will be a holiday release. It will be open world, and you'll be able to do any dungeon in order. So basically, a lot of Zelda games, it's been very linear. You have to do it in order, and I've liked it. But the original games,
I would say the original game, like The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, was you could do it kind of in any order. There are a few others, but they really got away from that, and they're hoping to kind of go back to that. So it will be nice to actually have a different style. I am loving the open world aspect of it, the kind of the Skyrim feel of it, where basically they said in the announcements, like, you see these mountains way over here, you can go to that. Basically, if you can see it, you can travel there to some extent of time. The graphics look insane.
Scion just asked a relatively difficult to answer question. Because I don't know the answer to it.
Can Wii U be streamed to YouTube gaming? I am sure there's a way.
Yes,
well,
Wii
that's the
U
thing.
Has an HDMI out. You can use something that does a HDMI recording for your PC, like an Elgato, and then use something like OBS or XSplit to use as an input and stream directly to YouTube gaming.
But does Nintendo still have all that wonkiness going on with YouTube stuff? So basically, it's risky unless it's on their approved whitelist games.
Unless you, which this is probably if I play a Nintendo game, I just won't monetize it and I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the other option right there.
Just do it for free,
because Nintendo will come around and monetize it for you, and then keep the monies.
You won't get strikes for that as long as you're not.
That's an entire conversation I will stay out of.
Yeah, we won't go too much into that, but that is a thing. So I'm very excited about this game. It looks beautiful and whatnot. So this will be the Zelda game that breaks the Wii U. Because we have the NX coming out at some point. Just kind of throw this out here for the 2016, because this is Nintendo 2016 news. We can expect a lot more of that at E3. But as far as we know right now, it looks like there's going to be a handheld thing. A handheld.
A standalone handheld.
A standalone handheld, which is rumored to come out this year. The console is rumored to come out next year. It looks like it's going to be a hybrid of some sort. I don't know. We'll find out at E3. There are patents that the controller has a screen on it. We'll find out. This is something that, again, we tried not to go into speculation at much the rumors, but this is something that's been floating around since the beginning. It looks like they may go back to cartridges, which you can put a lot more information in a cartridge now. You can.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Then you can.
And fun or not so fun fact: the guy who invented the cartridge died in 2011.
oh,
His name was Jerry Lawson.
interesting.
That is interesting.
It'll be nice to see that come
back.
Information
such.
on a disc, before you need to just go back to the cartridge, which
I'm just interested in how DLC would be handled in that way.
that is interesting.
Would it go on the physical cartridge?
That would be
Or
interesting.
That would be
tied to your
amazing.
account and go to a hard drive? Because that's the one thing I dislike about, say, the Wii is that tiny, tiny hard drive.
Yeah, it's always got a very small hard drive. But that would be cool. Like if, say, the back, there was a part of the. That's interesting.
I dislike hard drives in consoles and handhelds in general, just because of the failure rate of a hard drive. I would prefer a flash RAM type disk or a flash disk. You know, give me a 64 or 128 gig SD card. Give me multiple micro SD cards. Don't put a hard drive in it. Even a solid state drive.
Solid state has its.
Yeah,
failures.
solid states can take a beating, but you can beat them to death.
Well, you can beat anything to death if you get a big enough sledgehammer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's about it for the Nintendo thing. That was quite long. And we've already done that one, so it's on to this War of Mine.
This War of Mine, the sad little ones, is very sad out for the Xbox One and the PS4. These are finally going to the console. They've been on the side for a while. For those of you who have not played it or have not heard any about this, this is a war game, but you're not playing as your typical Call of Duty guy. You're playing as the civilian in the war zone, and the gameplay is akin to those point-and-click zombie survival games, minus the zombies.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
like it'll jerk your heart right out of your chest.
Yeah, because there's no bad guys in the game. Everybody is just trying to survive, just like you. So you will hit no-win scenarios to where your character won't die, but you're going to be picking who's dying. So, yeah.
So it's fight for your
I
life
applaud
survival.
this game on so many levels. I am a vet, and I get sick and tired of seeing the ultra glorification of first-person shooters, and this is such a hard right turn from that if there are any flaws to this game, I am so blind to it that I could not give an honest review other than please check it out. If you don't buy it, try it. But it actually even has a DLC to where the money goes help children who were affected by a war. So, and it's tiered out to where no matter what tier you buy in the DLC, you still get the same stuff. Just more money goes to the charity.
Yeah.
But that's basically that one in a nutshell. Is that it's going to consoles and spreading out and getting more people kind of aware of this new type of gameplay.
Beautiful.
So I'll definitely be actually looking, buying this, and playing it, and possibly let's playing it. Because I actually don't believe I've watched any of it yet.
I have never seen it. I was like, this War of Mine, I don't want to watch a first-person shooter.
No.
And I never watched any Let's Plays of it.
I believe Jay Sano's done it.
Yeah. This is one of those games where you need a tissue box because you'll get the feels, bro.
Oh, for the feels. Okay, I was about to say I played DOA back in the day, and I needed a tissue box.
Not for those reasons. But it's like you'll be just like like that horrible snotty sort of crying, or you'll have to like pause the game and just walk away and lay down for a bit because you feel just awful in the best way, if that makes sense.
Awful
Yeah.
in the best way. So, like what I felt when I played To the Moon
Oh
Yeah,
man.
and cried
Or brothers.
all over the place. My entire last episode is just me bawling for the most part.
yeah, basically.
To
Yeah.
the Moon. Brothers was
Brothers, another one I cried, cried.
Yeah, or it gives that same type of
Crimson
emotion that
Crimson
bad
got
dragon
himself a
cancer
bad
gives.
Crimson
Where
got
it just
himself
like
a bad
fills
case
so
of the
up.
feels at Brothers.
Yeah.
But
But that does wrap up the gaming portion of Minus the Rumors. We do still have tech and entertainment to tackle. So be sure to hang tough with us. We are going long tonight. That's always good for you guys. Be sure to tweet out the stream, follow, and all those wonderful things. And let's go ahead and start tackling it. So uh, you can now stream to Periscope, which is a Twitter app, with your GoPro. In particular, the um, the GoPro Hero 4 camera. Um, so this is interesting to stream a live event such as a snowboarding, or I think it could be very interesting.
it could be very interesting, and I would like to see like Periscope has already had a few instances within itself, but I would like to see how it could potentially incidentally save lives. Like, say, if someone snowboarding has an accident, they can use that app for like people calling in, like on say when there's been house invasions that happen to live streamers.
It could.
Yeah, or
Um,
just for the purpose of like those instances where you happen to be streaming and catch something beautiful that no
right.
one would ever believe that you caught that.
Also, they ask, is there monetization possibilities? And they say there's monetization options available, but only if the app really takes off. Which I actually see this taking off, just because if the and they're looking at this, if the X gamers start really using this, which they already kind of are, it's going to take off, because that is the market for using this, is like seeing like what someone from X Games, like a snowboarder doing flip, like from their eyes. That would be, I would watch that. That would be fascinating. So that could really propel all this to really,
I can see it too, monetization happening, but you
I
know,
could see this becoming. Oops, sorry.
I see the downside in a lot of things too. And I see, live prank videos becoming a thing. I see live lots of things becoming a thing, and not all of them good.
I'm
yeah.
going to
But
try
you
to keep.
also
I want to try to
go
keep
ahead.
positive on this one and say that, and just use kind of a analogies like what Twitch did for gamers in that community. I could see this app potentially doing the same thing for extreme sports enthusiasts, like the amateurs.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
People
one.
that just need someone to see their talent that they have and don't know the avenues. Get lucky.
Yep, that person
It's
that's looking for a break.
definitely got its market for sure. All
But yeah,
right.
Zero, I see how it's. The cynic in me is automatically, yeah, I could see this going very bad very quickly.
I don't think it will though, too, because it's tagged to your Twitter. I mean,
People know you.
exactly. Is that where you want to
but
be when you
but then again, that didn't stop YouTube pranksters where you could see their face.
yeah, good point.
But enough people watch it, someone's going to tag the police, and police have been known to. They see something on the internet and like, well,
Hey, swatting is on Twitch. There was a thing on Twitch. It could be a thing on Periscope now on Twitter. Watch me
Oh
get live
gosh, please
swatted.
no.
well, I'm not saying swatted. I'm saying like you do something semi-illegal streaming, and you think you're going to get away with it, and the cops or someone tags the cops, and they're like, okay, thank you. They just take care of it because they've been known to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
Kinda like
October
how I was saying
October
earlier
last year,
with,
there
like,
was a woman that periscoped while drunk driving,
oh God.
and her viewers called the police on her,
Good.
and she was caught while live streaming.
Good for the viewers. Good on the viewers. If any of those viewers are here, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Why with her? Why are you that stupid?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I mean, the police are now watching Periscope feeds, by the way. But yeah,
Well, not the. I don't mean this in a um like spying on somebody if they're broadcasting it to everybody.
And
So,
it's true. I mean, when you broadcast something, you're wanting to be watched, and plus, it's views. So, I mean, you can't
It's like-
complain too much. Just don't do something illegal.
right.
So,
yeah, that's basically a hey, if you're going to put yourself out there, don't be an idiot.
plus it's social media, social. So we can have that's a different conversation we could have.
Yeah.
But onward.
Onward to
You're
what?
not even going to talk about the price of a GoPro Hero 4?
Throw it out there.
The GoPro right now, the Hero 4 in black, goes for around $500. You can find them anywhere from $330 to $600. But right from GoPro, the Hero 4 with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all the bells and whistles, $499. And that's without the attachment hardware to mount it to much of anything. But that is a 4K Ultra HD video camera with a 240 FPS recording rate.
That amount of FPS is
It's stupid high FPS.
Insane.
It's a very smooth frame rate.
it's almost obscenely high. I love it.
So quickly, do we want to cover the Google AlphaGo?
Sure.
All right.
I'll let you run with it, Bob.
All right. Go, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like Othello, to where you have the black pieces and the white pieces, and ironically, the amount of possible moves in that game is a Google, not spelt the same way. Basically, it's a 1 with a million zeros next to it. They have made a game that can defeat a human or not a game, but an AI that can defeat a human master of that game. By they, I mean Google. The AI is called AlphaGo, and right now it's not a million zeros, 100 zeros. My bad. And basically, it's the first time anybody has ever made a good enough Go AI to beat someone who plays on an international level. And AlphaGo's actually beat 499 of the top 500 software programs. Beat European Go players, Chinese Go players, or and just list after list of Asian countries to where Go's a lot more prevalent. To where it's become to where now they're explaining how it works, to where it's not just brute strength processing that you see in a lot of chess emulators, like anywhere from Deep Blue to the one that ones that you can get for your computer, or like say 3D chess, whatever. This actually gets to the point of it uses pictographic imaging to figure out exactly how many moves there could be.
So it's pretty
It's
cutting
very
edge.
intense to the point to where even though I have dipped my toes in the waters of programming before, I honestly it boggles my mind to the point where I almost have no idea how you would even go about it.
I'm scared of the way the rate that AI is evolving.
Well,
Uh,
I'm not
think
saying computers are going to become self-aware because sentience, is programmed. Or
well, we are now officially one step closer to the electronic singularity.
yes, that's what
uh,
I'm worried about because
Actually, Stephen Hawking, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates would actually agree with you. They have expressed concerns about the unrestricted research into AI, and there's actually a center to study the possible risks of AIs that could pose, the unintended risk they could pose to the future of humanity. There's an institute that actually studies this.
Stephen Hawking, Bill Gates do not need an introduction, but Elon Musk is the person who made the statement that, and it's a very sound theory that even an AI that was that was as worked as well as a human, that was limited to just sending text to a screen, it's all that it could do, and just on a static, unconnected server, could potentially convince a human to let it out into the world. So he's like the big, not anti AI guy, but regulation of AI guy to make
Yeah.
sure we don't accidentally make Skynet.
for anybody that doesn't know who Elon Musk is, Elon Musk, however it is pronounced, because he's from South Africa originally. He is the co-founder of PayPal. You might have heard his name in the news quite a bit lately. He's got a
Yeah.
organization called SpaceX, where they're using a reusable rocket plane type thing. He's the CEO of Tesla Motors. They just mentioned that he's the CEO of OpenAI. He's a very smart man. He's a very rich man. He is very wealthy, and he's only 44 years old.
Basically, he's real world Tony Stark, minus the charisma.
Yes.
Actually, I would even argue on the charisma.
If you look at a picture of him, you might say, yeah, he's Tony Stark without the goatee.
But it's definitely a subject that draws anybody who's interested into AI go to make them go, wait, this is where we are now.
Right.
This game is older than chess. It's way more complicated than most games out there, and even like European variants of the game, which simplified it for players, are very difficult to program for. So, in one way, it's something to be celebrated that, yes, this is what we can do, but then once you get down to what does this potentially mean? Thankfully, this is gaming AI, and it's not dealing with, um, and the fact that it's dealing with a game,
Yeah.
a very simple game, and it's not modeled off of the real world. If it was something that was modeled off the real world and slamming people this hard, then as optimistic as I try to be, that would scare me.
Yeah.
Like, say if they did the same thing with a SimCity AI,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be scary. But it's interesting to see how technology has gone. We'll see where this goes. So,
Right.
All right. Well, we're now entering the entertainment section of tonight, the last little bit. So,
Yes. The entertainment news.
we all know the main thing that's been in the news this week is the Fine Brothers. So we're going to give our 2 cents on a few things.
Yeah.
Yes. The Fine Brothers.
Who wants to start?
I don't think we need to particularly explain what happened, what about the outrage. I don't think that really needs too much explaining. Basically,
Yes.
Right.
Why it was a bad idea. That doesn't need too much explaining. My only 2 cents on that entire first half of them putting the videos out there, and even their apology, is these guys need to get a PR rep because they have no business of getting in front of a camera. Because they just don't know how to communicate well.
Yeah, they're honestly that's what I take from this. For those of you that don't know, the Fine Brothers redacted. They canceled their patent application that had already made it through pre-processing, or their trademark, sorry, not patent, trademark, which is, 100 times, if it's one time, more difficult to bypass or is more critical than copyright law.
Yeah, here's
Of the word
difference between
react.
trademark and copyright. A trademark is like an image, a word, or whatever, and does not ever run out.
Copyrights need to be re-updated. That's why when you see like a book or a movie, it says copyright and then a year.
And it has a certain amount of time after the author's death is how it's done.
Yes, where it goes to the
In the
estate of the
US.
family.
To our viewers in other countries, your copyright and trademark laws are slightly different.
But
But yeah, that's the big thing. But when they decided to react, it was just this phenomenal win for everybody that was standing up against it. I'm just going to compress what the actual letter from the Fountain Brothers into a bullet point format.
by the way, if you haven't, they never really did say sorry. That's right, angry hippie lady.
Yeah. They didn't say sorry. They said, "Why don't you understand what I do not know the brother's name, but when you watch the video, the one on the right when you're facing their left or right sort of
I
thing.
think that's
was
Rafi.
acting like a complete jerk about it. Like, I don't understand he didn't specifically say, "I don't understand why you people are so stupid you can't get this," but the way he was inflecting and the anger that you could see there. Of course, they did look like they were that they haven't slept in days, trying to, save the ship. He just came off all sorts of wrong to me.
Yeah, it's just they need a PR rep. So the redaction letter.
Yeah, the redaction starts off after initial hello is, "We're here to apologize." I like they did this in the letter because at least it's a lot easier to not screw up an apology in text. You still can, but it's harder to. It's them realizing that they just basically built a system that could easily
harm many people
for all the wrong ways, where they could theoretically, in reality, that trademark laws, how they were used in the U.S., could theoretically give companies, including theirs, way too much power to police control anything and everything. And they realized it as a valid concern, and here's what they're doing. 1, rescind all of the trademark applications. 2, their React trademarks and applications. 2, to discontinue React World program as a whole. And 3, anybody that they've content ID claimed to, they're just releasing that. And if they've even said, hey, like in the ampersand note that one has, that they said, hey, if you're still having problems about the flag that we initially gave you, email us email us with a false claim in the subject line and tell us what's happening, and we'll try to speed it up. And when they're talking about discontinuing or rescinding all the React trademarks, that includes React, Kids React, Elders React, lyrics breakdown, and anything that is on their channel, I guess.
See, I never did understand why copyright wasn't good enough for them. They have copyright on their videos.
Well, here's the difference between copyright and trademark.
Right. Yeah.
Copyright is like the episode Steamboat Willie, that first one that Mickey premiered in. The copyright's about to run out in that in 2019.
Right, but it can be.
But now
they can
they're
reapply.
trademarking how that Mickey looked.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the other thing. I mean, copyright wasn't good enough for the Fine Brothers. Trademarking of the word React alone, I'm surprised that even made it through pre-approval. But trademarking their format was the other thing that they discussed.
Yeah, but here's the one thing here's a caveat with trademarking. You can only trade. The only reason why Walt Disney will be able to, the Disney company will be able to trademark that Mickey. They'll be able to trademark that Mickey because when you think Mickey or Disney, you think Mickey Mouse. At least I do.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the 90s, so I think Mickey Mouse Club, M-I-C-K, yeah, that. And because it's so implemented and ingrained into the look.
Mm-hmm.
With Fine Brothers, they could have copywritten some of the format. I personally don't think they've been able to trademark it just because the process of React videos and stuff like that. Yes.
Right. That's the point I was just trying to get to. Like if I was to trademark my Let's Play format for whatever series I feel like playing, let's say and trademark my Minecraft Let's Play format. I do an intro. I play Minecraft. I commentate while playing Minecraft. That's my format. Now it's trademarked. How many people on this planet did I just screw?
Right? And that's if you don't get, and that's if they don't call the trademark merely descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
And deny you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's been other instances to where even the U.S. government goes, nope. And one big thing is like, this would not screw over everybody technically. Say if you're in the U.S., you make it due to various I can't remember, but what exactly they're called, but various conventions that's happened with the UN and how copyright laws work. There's no such thing as an international copyright or an international trademark.
Right.
As in, if you're from the U.S., that means you get the same protection with everybody across the board. Great example of this is Japan, which is part of the same conventions we are, does not have the same fair use laws that the U.S. does.
No, right? And that's why you see people complaining. Yeah, you and I talked about this, but we weren't in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see people anybody that does a review of anything Japanese, don't use stills or audio from the work.
If you're in Japan. If you're in the U.S., you can fight that.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. If you're in Japan, you basically have to be in with the reviewer companies, and you cannot give a horrible review. Give an average review.
Mm-hmm.
And that is kind of carried over to here in our gaming culture to where an average reviewed game, most people don't play it. They buy the 8s, 9s, or they all buy the 9s and 10s. They won't buy the 8 because theoretically that's really positive. So yeah, we're glad we got an 8. An 8 means your game's horrible.
Right.
Over there. or your anime is horrible, or your film is horrible.
Anyway, back to
And
the
that,
Fine Brothers.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
back
get.
to the Fine Brothers. So they finally did a written apology because they just could not figure out how to get in front of a camera and just say we're sorry without sounding like they were angry at the YouTube community is still constantly unsubbing the Fine Brothers, where they've lost about 10%, in excess of 10% of their subscriber base.
Yeah. Oh, they're back on the upswing now.
Yeah. I think long term, honestly, this will blow over and they'll be all right as long as they don't pull anything else.
Right. I think
Like
people
this.
were more angry that these trademarks had been filed in July. This is months old news, and it's not until they hear you've been pre-approved that they go, okay, let's drop this to the world and let them know what's going on. If they would have kept quiet about it, we would have been none the wiser.
Well, the thing is I do appreciate their honesty that they at least said, okay, we've been pre-approved. Here's our business model, because it would be dumb to do it before they got pre-approved, and it just got the right.
Oh yeah, it would have got.
But once they got pre-approved, it may I at least appreciate that much transparency, because if they did not do that, we would be could theoretically be in a situation when it comes to terms with reaction videos, which are very controversial already. That would not. It would kill reaction videos, including the Fallon Brothers, in my opinion.
Right. Well, it would kill anything that said react. It wouldn't even have to be a reaction video. They had a patent applied and pre-approved for the word, or a trademark applied and pre-approved for the word react.
Yeah, which is that word is so simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's overgeneralized. That's why everyone got angry with Sony trying to do the same with Let's Plays, and it ended up failing because it was too general. So
yeah, that was actually what I was referencing as they actually said it was merely descriptive.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that was the U.S. government doing it. So thank God they got something right.
Anything else to add, Crimson?
nope. Y'all covered it just fine.
Yeah, we kind of went up and down that one.
Yeah.
So, last story of the night.
The only other thing in entertainment news is Mark Hamill's returning as the Joker in the new Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
For those of you who do not know or do not remember, Mark Hamill has been on the fence about ever reprising the Joker again, because he's been the Joker since the original Batman animated series in the 90s. He also reprised the role for the Batman Arkham Asylum games, except for the last two. I believe he did the first two, and that's one of the things that most people, to where if you actually followed him, you knew him for, outside of Luke Skywalker.
How old is Mark Hamill?
I believe he's in his 60s, but don't quote me on that.
He's 64. He's not aging.
Horribly.
Yeah, very well. But he makes an awesome Joker.
He makes the iconic Joker, and there's been...
That's probably why I think he's an awesome Joker. Like, in the 90s, I was, let's see, I turned 6 in 1990. So, like, he's the Joker that I grew up with.
But also a fun fact is Batman is being reprised by Kevin Conroy, which was the same guy in the animated series as well.
That's the Batman I grew up with.
Yeah. That, the classic deep bassy to the point where I can't even touch it, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Where, the animation style of the show is not the same. It's more cartoony, but it still looks fun. Actually, like, I'm looking at the poster, and it seems weird because Batman's kind of got this little smirk thing going on. Um,
Right.
James Woods is going to be in theirs, and Derek Bader, the boss from from the Carey Show, is going to be Lex Luthor. Or James Woods is going to be Lex Luthor, and Derek Bader is going to be Booster Gold.
Beautiful.
So that should be very interesting.
James Wood as Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
I can
and
see that.
Yeah, if you've seen any of the Family Guy episodes where James Wood was evil, you could definitely see that.
I can see that.
Um, but looking at this, if I had to describe the kind of give a verb for the art style, it looks Teens Titany. When I say Teens Titany, I mean Teens Titan Go versus the old school Teens Titans.
I see it. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, to where they like whatever that, and he's supposed to be very strong. His chest makes the S look small. It's that big.
Right. Do we know
Like his
when
chest
this
and
is
shoulders.
re-airing? Oh, no
Say again?
premiere date yet.
Yeah, there's no premiere date or anything. It's just,
Dang.
hey, here's a thing. Want to push it out and kind of get what we want to be. Sorry. They're just kind of getting the feels to see if they need to make some last minute adjustments because of the internet, and that's the best way of doing some last minute product testing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. It looks like we have not only gone above and beyond our hour-long expectations, our hour-long set point goals. We've kept a full house. Well, actually, we always fit a couple more seats in, but I appreciate all the people that stayed through the entire podcast tonight. It means so much to us. We appreciate you so much. Once again, we'll be back next week with more tech news, gaming news, and entertainment news, all minus the rumors. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Crimson, did you fall asleep? I know you got to
No,
work
I'm
early.
still here. I mean, I have to be up in like 5 hours.
I know,
but,
I know. I was just making sure you didn't fall asleep, buddy.
It's all right. Yes, thank you for joining. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all those wonderful things. I don't know what this isn't YouTube, but we have YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and all the lovely things. So be sure to follow our new guy, Ziploc Bob. He has again Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I highly recommend you checking all those things out.
Thank you guys again for having me here, and I've definitely enjoyed the audience, which is kind of a change of pace for me, actually.
Beautiful.
And thank you, the audience, for just staying the entire time. Right?
All right.
The echo of these two. Just thank you for staying here. We definitely appreciate it.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
See ya.
Bye.